Welcome back to the Brands Hatch Mini Festival for the third and final race of the weekend in the Mini Challenge Championship in partnership with Chandler's Mini and Barron's Mini. Arthur, when we last saw you, you were involved in quite an horrific crash, 100 miles per hour at Castle Combe. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was later on in the first race, coming round. I was battling with Lee Patterson and Martin Depper. I was right on Lee Patterson's bumper, coming round and through Camp Corner onto the first corner, flat out in fourth gear, and Lee chinked to the right as we were turning right, and there was a car that appeared to be standing still. I had nowhere to go, and unfortunately it was a mate of mine, Dean Raymond, and I absolutely ploughed into his car. Had absolutely nowhere. There was a concrete wall of Dean's car, and I couldn't turn right at all. So yeah, it was pretty nasty.
How did you actually come out of that crash? Because it sounds horrendous.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. There was a couple of guys actually, they weren't supposed to be there. They jumped over the pit wall. Steve Taylor come in and tried to help me inside the car until the ambulance got there, and Ian Chambers did as well. And yeah, the ambulance crew, the marshals, everybody was great. Got me back to the medical centre. Well, I was in a pretty bad way, but took a couple of weeks off work to try and get back to speed, you know, and here I am.
So for the third and final race then, it's a reverse grid, which means that the previous winner in the JCWs, Lee Allen, is in 6th position. We've got Stuart Lyons in pole, and in pole position in the club class, it is, of course, Trevor Bates in his dad's car.
The crowd at the Mini Festival have had a wonderful day of entertainment here at Brands Hatch, and I think they're about to get an even better race from the Mini Challenge than the one that came before, because this is the rolling start reversed grid race, and it means that Stuart Lyons is on pole position with Shane Stoney alongside him on the front row of the grid. Lee Allen, the double winner thus far this weekend, starts in 6th position. The reversal applies as well for the club class, so the pace car peels in, and it's Stuart Lyons who is going to lead the field through. We're in car with Lee Allen. Just up ahead of us is Chris Smith. We're looking for a good start. You can hear the cheers of the Lee Allen fan club as the race gets underway and the pack surge into Paddock Hill Bend for the first time of asking, with leading the way down the hill. I think it is Stuart Lyons who's just got the advantage. It is. He's got Shane Stoney right on to his tail, and then Chris Smith up into 3rd. Everybody else seems to be disputing 4th position. And in the club class, it's just Simon Hillary at the moment who's got the lead of the club class. So they come out to Druids for the first time, and Lee Allen muscles his way past Sam Osborne up into 4th place. Martin Depper trying to follow through as well. So Mo Osborne down in 6th position. They all run out wide a little bit over the curves, but Stuart Lyons at the head of the field, and Stuart is a tough man to overtake. He's a robust driver, he's an experienced driver, and he's a very quick one as well. Chris Smith, having lost the victory in the first race of the weekend yesterday, would dearly love to round off the weekend with a win, so he is trying to close in onto this leading group of cars. He's got immediately ahead of him though Shane Stoney, and Stoney, the youngest driver ever to have won a race in the Mini Challenge, which he did last time out at Castle Combe. Again, he would like to continue building on his win tally as Sam Osborne goes very sideways through Paddock Hill Bend. Is he going to be passed? I think he is, possibly by several drivers. Yes, already Martin Depper looking to try and find his way through. Freddie Nordstrom also trying to follow through, hot on his heels as a group of cars come out of Druids. Again, Sam Osborne using all the road and quite a bit more of it. This is able to keep Nordstrom at bay. So, though Martin Depper is through, and he's in 5th, trying to chase down this leading quartet who really have broken clear as a result of that big slide from Sam Osborne. Chris Paniatu as well trying to gain ground in the 29 car, and Paniatu was on the podium at Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit last year in the Mini Challenge. It's a track he goes very well at, and he is running in the Truckerline team this weekend as teammate to Lee Allen at the moment. Is well up the order. It's still Stuart Lyons who leads it though. Stoney, Smith and Allen completing the top 4 out. Osborne in 5th position. Martin Depper has been passed, and again Osborne sideways through Paddock Hill Bend. He can't keep repeating that, Sam Osborne, although it does make a fairly effective roadblock. So Martin Depper this time struggling to get past Sam Osborne, who's got this queue of cars now really forming up behind him, as we are in car with Henry Gilbert as he looks to move his way up the club class order, following on current reverse grid. He makes the move past Max Lever. He also goes past Adrian Norman, and he's right onto the tail now of Simon Hillary. In fact, as the replay finishes, he's up past him and into the lead of the club class. So it is Henry Gilbert, who is looking well set to make it a clean sweep this weekend in the club class from Simon Hillary, and also John O'Brown as this leading quintet of cars as Sam Osborne's really joined onto their tail, climb up towards Druids. Martin Depper heads the next group with Chris Paniatu anxious to find his way past him, and then Chris Smiley onto the tail of Freddie Nordstrom, Kevin O'Connor as well with William Davison onto his tail. Very healthy grid this weekend in the Mini Challenge, and some absolutely super racing as Paniatu almost runs bumper to bumper with Martin Depper accelerating on towards Surtees, and Freddie Nordstrom tries to make it 3 wide. What a move from Nordstrom, he can pull off. That's super driving from Freddie Nordstrom. He snatches the place away from Chris Paniatu, and he took advantage of Paniatu trying to get past Martin Depper and was able to snatch the place in turn as John O'Brown, now looking to move up to second place in the club class. He's got the inside line, up the hill into Druids, through he goes. So Brown up into the second place once more in the club class as they accelerate out of the hairpin at Druids. All the while though, Henry Gilbert disappearing in the lead of the class. Simon Hillary will have to be mindful of the course with the track limits, having had that demotion earlier on. But Stuart Lyons still leads. It's Chris Smith who's now second. Lee Allen is third, so Shane Stoney's been shuffled down. Now, what can Chris Smith do about snatching the victory away from Stuart Lyons? The race is ticking away all the while. He's running out of time here. And we've seen Chris being so good this weekend. Out of Graham Hill Bend, through Surtees and Clearway. So let's see if we can do it this time. Through Surtees they come, and he closes onto the tail of Stuart Lyons. Lyons is going to have to take a very tight line here into Clearways, but it's too late. Chris Smith tries to nudge his way through. They maybe swapped a little bit of paint there, but it's Smith who's got the inside line nonetheless as they accelerate onto the Ram Straight. So Chris Smith moves to the head of the field. Here's a replay from the Allen's point of view. Chris Smith goes through, and you'd have to say that it doesn't seem from the Allen's point of view that there's any contact there beyond the slightest brushes of door handles. So Smith into the lead the race, and still Simon Hillary and John O'Brown fighting over second place in the club class. Brown though able to drive a wide car for the time being, making it very difficult for Simon Hillary to get through. Leading across the line then Chris Smith, as he is pulling away now from Stuart Lyons in second. Lee Allen making the move on Shane Stoney, or at least keeping Stoney at bay through Paddock Hill Bend, and still Sam Osborne trying to bring himself into that battle as well. And Osborne making the move on Stoney up the hill into Druids, and through he goes. So Sam Osborne gains the place. He's now onto the tail of Lee Allen as they head down in towards Graham Hill Bend. Through Graham Hill they go. Osborne up into fourth on the road. Henry Gilbert leading the club class and leading it comfortably. At the moment it should be a 100% record for him this weekend at the Mini Festival at Brands Hatch in the Mini Challenge club class. But accelerating on towards the checker flag is Chris Smith. He has got the advantage, and the checker flag goes out. He takes the victory. Stuart Lyons is going to be second on the road, but we're getting word that Stuart Lyons has been given a penalty on the last lap of the race, so that is going to demote him. It's Lee Allen who then takes second place, and we've also got word of a penalty for Sam Osborne, so third place goes to Shane Stoney. So the top five on the road, a slightly different order. It is Smith who wins it rather than Stoney, and Henry Gilbert is going to claim the club class win. He's celebrating a long way behind the line, to the delight of the Accelerate team. He really has won that by a country mile from John O'Brown and Simon Hillary. So look at the results, and with those penalties, well, there's no dispute that Chris Smith won the race. Lee Allen then an excellent second place. What a weekend it's been from him. And Shane Stoney completing the podium. In terms of the class results, well, the JCW class results exactly the same as the top three that I have just given you. Frenetic race. And the club class, well, Henry Gilbert looking very good for a club class championship this year, with John O'Brown always hot on his heels, and Simon Hillary completing the podium. Delighted drivers once more onto the rostrum, their work for the weekend done. I think it's time for them to reach some champagne.
Chris Smith, you had designs on getting that first podium, didn't you? And you finally got it.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got there this weekend. It's been a tough weekend. But I was so happy in the car when that checkered flag came out.
Yeah, I mean, you pulled right forward from fourth to first with relative ease, and then you just managed to hold it.
Yeah, it wasn't too easy to get past the boys who were leading, but once I did, sort of managed to pull a bit of a gap and was quite comfortable. I knew where I was quicker than them and could pull a bit of a gap should I need to. But then with a few laps towards the end, I just managed to sort of slow it down and make sure I didn't make any stupid mistakes.
2 first and a third. If you'd have said to me on Friday, do you want to settle for that now? And I'd have snapped your hand off.
We had a good battle with pretty much most of the podium people, so it was a good race and a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed it.
Henry Gilbert, a triple win this weekend. You must be incredibly proud.
Yeah, it was a great weekend for me. Not the best of qualifying to start the weekend, but yeah, I really enjoyed the weekend. Really good car by Accelerate, getting a good setup for this track. Yeah, I'm really proud of the 3 wins, and it worked out really well for me.
Quite lucky to have finished because I dropped in the gravel at one point, so on the last corner at Clearway, so a bit relieved to be second. Simon put up a good fight, so yeah, maybe next time I can push for the win and get back on the game with Henry.
Brilliant race again today. Had a good tussle with Jono, and yeah, excellent. And just a big thanks to the Accelerate team for preparing such a good car.
Well, it's been an incredibly successful weekend for several of the Mini Challenge drivers, notably in the club class, Henry Gilbert with his triple win, and then in the JCWs, Lee Allen and of course Chris Smith. That's it from the Brands Hatch Mini Festival. We'll see you again very soon.